Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be unboxing the new Roro spool that is made for the Shimano Curado BFS. For those who are new to my channel and have missed the mods for the Curado BFS reel, you guys can check out the Veil spool upgrade that I have done. Okay, this is the Veil spool right here. This spool right here is lighter than the stock spool, and so far, by far, is my favorite mod for this reel. And for this spool here, you gotta have the upgraded magnets. Okay, you can see right here, I slapped on 3 on one side and 3 on the other side, total of 6. But this video is not about the Veil spool, but I wanted to point this out to you guys because the new Roro spool does not need it. And as you see, it is a short shaft spool. But anyway, without jumping the guns, you guys can check out the video on top right hand corner for information of this Veil spool, and you guys can check out the description below as I left some links. So anyway, bye-bye, Veil spool, and hello, Roro spool. Anyhow, let's take a step back for a second, and let's talk about the stock spool. Now, this stock spool right here, it's pretty good. Like for the BFS reel, I feel like this reel is more of a bass reel, and you can throw lures pretty much to 2 grams with no problems. However, if you want to throw lighter than 2 grams on ultralight rod and with thin line, you can still do it, but the distance is not that great and accuracy is not that great as well. What BFS enthusiasts, those who want to throw super light stuff, they would opt for aftermarket spools such as the Veil spool and this one right here, the Roro, which is the newest one in my collection. Can't wait to throw it. Anyway, this is what we'll do. We're gonna look at what's in this box, shall we? And this box is here, this container, okay? So yeah, this spool actually came like this, and you can see it has some nice foam padding to keep it nice and secure. And it also comes with this guy right here. As I mentioned a second ago, the spool here, this Roro spool, is a short shaft spool. So what you'll need to do is open up this guy right here, your tension knob, and put this guy in there. So this is what I'll do. I'll put it on right now because we are gonna install this and give it a nice spin, okay? So let's put this on the side. As you see, there is a bearing there, and I did upgrade it to Hedgehog Studio bearings, but there's no need for that in this case because we are not going to be using the bearing on this side. But let me just pop this guy in here. Pop, just like that. All right. And now let me just put this baddie back in there. All right. So there we go. It's in there. You see that right there, right? Cool beans. It's focus, right? Get it focused a little bit more. There you go. See that? Cool. Before I put away this thing, I wonder if I could reuse the Roro, the container, for other spools such as the stock spool or even this guy right here. So I'm putting this right here. It might be too long. All right, let's take a look. I think it's okay. There's a little pressure on it. Just don't squeeze down on it, okay? And I'll store this away and make sure this guy is safe, as well as this guy. I do have another container, which I guess let's put it back in our factory box for now. But yeah, this guy right here, let's take a look at it. So as you see, it does come with one bearing on the side, micro bearings, okay? I am not sure this ceramic. It might be stainless steel. But anyway, this bearing right here, the size is 733, or 3 millimeters in the inner diameter, 7 for the outside, and 3 millimeter width. And of course, it comes with a custom sleeve. You can take a look at that. So it actually fits on that right there. All right. But before we do that, we're gonna weigh this guy. Okay. We're gonna weigh this guy with the bearing because I don't think the bearing's gonna change that much. It's probably gonna be approximately 1 gram. Yep. Yeah, this guy right here without the bearing is 4.15 grams. So it's really, really light, lighter than a Veil spool. So let's put this guy right in here, just like so. And before I insert the other plate back on, which is right here, actually I want to put it in first slowly because once you put these magnets on, the extra ones, it actually doesn't fit with the stock spool. But I just want to see if it actually fits with the Roro in case I do want to add that in there. And let me see. It feels like it's scratching. You hear it? So I don't want that in there. So I better take that off ASAP. But yeah, Roro said we don't need it. And, watch a couple YouTubers and they have upgraded there with the Roro spool already and they say they love it. So, yep, this is what we'll do. I'll take these off and then, we will give it a spin test. All right, so I have removed the additional magnets, but I'm actually keeping the stock magnets on all of it because I am not familiar with the spool. This spool is actually very, very light. So I want to make sure that my first time going out there doing a cast testing session or, just go out there and fish it just to see how it works, right? I want to make sure I have enough magnets on there. And of course, I can always take it out if I don't need it and put it into my tackle box. But about this bearing right here, I have the Hedgehog Studio one as well. This is the same size bearing, but it doesn't need the custom sleeve one. So what you guys need to do is just go to Roro if you guys are buying the spool from Roro, or you guys getting at Bait Finesse Empires. You guys could get a 733 size, which is again 3 millimeters for the inner diameter, 7 millimeters for the overall diameter. And then it is 3 millimeter in height or width, okay? So that's exactly what you need. Anyway, let's put it on and let's do a quick spin and see how it rotates. So let me close this out. Yeah, now it's quiet. You don't hear the scratching anymore, which is good. So let me just wiggle this for a second, fix the tension. For those who are new to BFS, what we like to do with these magnetic braking system, dynamic or static, right? We loosen up our spool until it start wobbling, and we just tighten just to the point where it doesn't wobble or just a little bit, depending on your preference. And that's really pretty much it. And you guys set the brakes and go casting. For me, I like to typically do like a 70% braking for, anything new. Get a new reel, get a new upgrade. I'll put it at 70%, do a few casts, then I eventually back it down to find a sweet spot. So I can't wait to figure out what that sweet spot is for this reel, the upgraded reel that is. But the Curado, the brakes are hard to turn. All right, so it's at 1, which is none. It spins pretty well. Okay. Pretty darn good. So put the brakes on again. Breaking my nails here, guys. I'm breaking my nails. All right, I put on 3, right? So it does work. So this thing spins pretty good. The brakes is working. Let's go over a couple more specs before we wrap up this video. Now, the spool diameter is 32 millimeters and the spool depth is 3 millimeters. So you definitely have enough room to put in a lot of thin line. I don't know how much line you guys need, but when you guys go ultralight fishing, I typically put about 125 feet of braided line and tie some sort of leader material. And that would suffice in most of my waters and it lasts me a pretty long amount of time. Now, if I'm trying to throw the lightest lure, I might, use a little less than that. But I don't know what's going to happen right now because I don't know what's the capabilities of this reel. So I'm just going to leave it at 125. And if I need to shorten it a little bit more and, do some super niche tossing of, ultra light, maybe like sub 1 gram, I might shrink it a little bit more. Okay. What other things I could talk about? The material of this spool itself is Aviation Aluminum. So it's actually pretty strong. So given that it's Aviation Aluminum, it should be very, very strong. Let's try not to warp it, Jimbo. So keep my drag low. And also for any sort of snags, don't try to pull it out, by using the spool, how you back it out and everything. No. Always wrap it with something. And that's why I kind of kept my pliers here. I go fishing all the time. Sometimes I just wrap line around my pliers, pull the line instead, right? Hopefully your line will snap or your lure hook might bend out and, you save your spool. You don't want to, lose a spool. You know what I mean? In regards to the shaft material, is actually titanium alloy. And that small little pinion thing, the short shaft peak bar, I believe that's some sort of plastic. They didn't really tell me what it was, but, I should have took the opportunity to take a look at it. But it looks like, what can I say? Some sort of carbon, or looks like some sort of I don't know, recycled plastic. Hopefully it lasts. I mean, we don't use any pressure on it, right? We fish with no tension, so it should ultimately last a very, very long time. Anyway, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment below. I can't wait to take this out on the water and see what I could do with this upgraded spool. For those who already tried the spool, what are your thoughts? How you guys like it? If you guys don't like it, what don't you guys like about it? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, guys, tight lines. I see you guys on the water.